Hello, and welcome to the Art of Life podcast. This podcast is where I share my journey of living a life with more abundance, more freedom, and a lot more love than I could imagine. So, as I go along in my journey, I want to share these tips and resources with you as well. My favorite hack is called grounding. This is the way in which we connect with Earth and the Sun. These are the natural resources that are available to us for balancing our internal energy, for releasing stress, and for bringing in all the goodness that we want in life. If you wanted to access grounding or learn about grounding, you can go to artoflifecenter.com/grounding, where I have a free grounding course. It's got lots of useful tips and little 5 or 10-minute nuggets that will just help you find calmness no matter where you are in your life. All right, let's dive into today's topic. Today I wanted to talk about love. What is love? A lot of times when we hear someone saying, I love you, that can usually mean I love you when you do this, and I don't love you when you do this. So I wanted to unpack what love actually is. And let's take a little bit of inspiration from the resources that we have. So we're all living on Earth. And if I think of the endless love and the unconditional love that Mother Earth has for us, that stays. That doesn't go away when you're feeling angry. She's still there. She's still there if you're feeling happy. If you do something right, if you do something wrong, she's still there. The sun will shine regardless of how much you're earning, of what you're wearing, regardless of you having bad days, good days. There's no condition to the sun shining. There's no condition to the earth giving you space on earth and letting you live here, right? So love to me is just that. It's the ability to simply be there. It's that compassion where you see the other person, you have compassion for them. Whether you agree with them, whether you don't agree with them, you have some degree of care and detachment with them. Now, what I mean by detachment is that there should not be an expectation of how they are going to behave, how they are going to react. Love simply is. Love isn't a feeling. Love isn't an emotion. Love simply is. Does that make you think? Love simply is. When you love someone, you just love them. Whether they are doing it right by you, whether they are doing it wrong by you, you simply love them. You would love them regardless of their age. You would love them regardless of their action. You would love them regardless of their salary. You would love them regardless of their looks, etc., etc. That is pure love. Now, in saying this, not all of us have always been given pure love, but doesn't mean we can't practice it. So whether that's with your child or whether that's with your people around you, you can still go ahead and you can still just say, I love you. Now, I try to say I love you all the time. It is easier for me to say I love you to people I genuinely love and like. And then it's harder to say I love you to people who I don't really like because they are so different than who I am. Maybe they're doing actions that I don't like. It's hard to say I love you. But I have to just remind myself that love is just that oneness, is knowing that they're on their journey, they're on their path, and I can simply have compassion for them. I'm not expecting them to change. I'm not expecting them to do anything differently. I love them means that I just see them and it's okay. They can be on their path. So let's say, even if it's a demon, me saying I love you to a demon just means that I acknowledge that the demon is a demon and the demon is on its own journey doing what it wants to do, what is right for it. I don't have to control that. That's not my path anyway. Like, I'm living my life, the demon's got its life. And it's just that. I had a very beautiful experience with my son last night. So he spilled some water in the bathroom, and then he was feeling pretty upset because he'd made a mess. So together we cleaned it up. And then he was like, oh, but I've made now 1,000 mistakes. In his head, 1,000 is a very big number. And he went, well, because I've made 1,000 mistakes, now I can't be with you anymore. Like, I've made so many mistakes. And so I had a chat with him later on, and I went, hey, why did you say that? Why did you say that you can't live with me anymore? And he obviously was feeling very guilty about it. That was his way of saying that he felt truly bad and in some sense not deserving of my love. And so I went to him and I said, look, it doesn't matter. You can make 1,000 mistakes. You can make 1,000 more mistakes. And you will still be my favorite. I will still love you. Of course, I had a much longer chat with him and I explained all of this to him a lot more. But when he went to bed, I was thinking about it and also wondering if I had ever been told this in a similar fashion, that somebody loved me. It doesn't matter how many mistakes I make, but somebody would still love me then. And so here's the trick. Nobody has to say that to you. Nobody has to say that, hey, you can make 1,000 mistakes or you can make 1 billion mistakes and we will still love you. Your body is an amazing thing. It doesn't differentiate between your feelings, whether you feel them because you say that to yourself or whether you feel them because somebody else is saying them to you. So just what I said to my son, that, hey, I will love you even if you make 1,000 mistakes. You could say that to yourself. You could go, well, I can make 1,000 more mistakes. I can make 1 billion more mistakes and I will still love myself. Because you are just so much deserving of that love. Just the way the sun, the earth, they don't give up on you just because you've made a mistake. And by the way, your very reason why you came on earth was to evolve, was to grow. In that, making mistakes is a very inherent part. In that, not abiding by everybody's expectations, that's very inherent, ingrained in that. So let's stop fighting that whole deal that you've got to be perfect, because you don't have to. That was never on the agenda anyway. You are not going to achieve it no matter what you try. So just embrace that you will not, and just embrace that you're perfect as you are, and love yourself as you are. Give yourself the compassion that you are okay, that you are fine, that you're absolutely perfect, just the way you are. Love yourself the way you are, and if you can find the strength, then practice saying I love you to everyone around you. Know that it doesn't have to come from a place of attachment. It doesn't have to come from a place of wanting to shift them. It's simply that you see them and acknowledge them. Because when you acknowledge another person, you see that they are however they are. You're giving them the space to be themselves, and you're also giving yourself a lot more space to being yourself. So happy loving. Enjoy your time. So that's it for today's podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wait to hear your messages at artoflifecenter.com/hello. Reach me there at any time, even ask any specific questions or any specific episodes that you would like me to do. Thanks a lot and subscribe for more. See you soon.